Hi, Storage Defender is the pioneer and leader of providing smart units as a service. We provide tenants peace of mind over their valuables and facilities, more profit per unit. Our smart unit service is very easy to install for our facilities. Tenants of all ages love it because there's no app required. Storage Defender sends a simple text message whenever it sees motion to the tenants. We offer our partners a pay-as-you-grow service model and a complete marketing package to help them maximize their revenue. Reach out to us. Thank you.
Are you a self-storage owner or operator looking for service providers to help at your facility? Well, the Storage Business Owners Alliance, also known as the SBOA, has you covered. The SBOA is a premier online hub for connecting self-storage owners and operators to industry-leading products and service providers. We provide one-stop shopping for your business with exclusive offers to save time and money. At the SBOA, we believe by coming together, we help owners and operators grow revenue, gain purchasing power, reduce expenses, improve efficiencies, and increase profitability. We also offer many resources such as our conferences and self-storage unlock webinars to help self-storage owners and operators gain the knowledge needed to become more competitive in the industry. To become an SBOA member or to find out more information, please visit www.thesboa.com today. We can't wait for you to join the Alliance.
Are you an SBOA Enhanced member that's attending SFA in Las Vegas this September? Well, pack your bags, we're going to Paris. That's right, join us at the Eiffel Tower restaurant on Tuesday, September 3rd for the best party in Vegas. Not an Enhanced member yet? Sign up today, it's free. But hurry, there are a limited number of spaces available.
Remember, you won't need a passport, but you will need an SBOA Enhanced membership to get your exclusive invitation. Sign up today at www.thesboa.com/membership.
I have some pretty sweet dance moves in that video, if I do say so myself. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for attending another Self-Storage Unlocked presented by the Storage Business Owners Alliance, better known as the SBOA. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Jessica Johnson. I am the president of the SBOA, and we thoroughly enjoy putting these webinars out there for the industry to help continue your education with some of our trusted partners in the industry that we know, like, and trust and like working with. And you'll see some of them today on today's episode. So real quick, I just want to go over two quick housekeeping items. I see a lot of you are already chatting in the comment section. That is how you will interact with us today. So welcome, everyone. Keep putting your name and where you're from so we can get to know you. We will also keep this interactive as possible. So when you have questions, pop those questions there for us. Don't have to wait till the end to ask questions. You can ask those as we go along. And we're going to ask some questions of you. We put some poll questions out there in the chat. So if you could take the time to keep your eye on the chat while listening to our panelists today and answer those poll questions for us, we would greatly appreciate it. And we'd like to give a shout out to all of our partners that help us put on these webinars, especially Storage Defender today. They are today's sponsor for the webinar. So thank you, Storage Defender and team. We also have Storage Asset Management, the Storage Group, and Spacebox Management. So thank you to everyone that was joining us today. And you're going to get to know these people here shortly. So first up, I have our co-host with us today and moderator, Mark Siri from Storage Defender. Good morning, Mark.
How you doing, Jessica?
I'm rocking and rolling. We got a lot of people watching, so this should be a good one. We're going to talk all today about marketing and monetizing smart facility automation across generations. Say that.
You said that without even twisting your tongue. And absolutely, we got a great panel today. I do note that your dance moves were good, but I also have to say Iris did pretty good in that commercial too. I noticed you both. So that was very cool. Thanks, yeah. Mark Siri, CEO of Storage Defender. We're the pioneers of smart units as a service, and we focus on smart facility automation. It's near and dear to our heart. And we are really excited, Jessica, on this particular panel. We were joking before, right? We have 100 seats and we filled 100 seats. And I said to the panelists, that's not surprising because we got experts on this panel that market facilities or have facilities that they market. And it's that kind of superpowers that we're going to talk to today about smart facility automation. So let's bring them on, Jessica.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for that intro, Mark. Next up, we have Heather. Good morning, Heather.
Good morning. I'm Heather McCombs with Spacebox Management, and I'm really excited to actually be on here with you guys finally.
Yeah, no, we see you all the time out at the shows. And Heather, you also are the executive director of the Mississippi Self-Storage Association. So you've got a big role there too, right?
Yep, we're almost there for our annual conference. That's just next month.
Yes, it is. Awesome to know. Anyone that's interested that's in the state of Mississippi, please reach out to Heather. We'll give you her contact information at the conclusion of today's webinar if you're interested in attending that event. We've been the past several years. It's a great event. So can't wait for that one, Heather. Good to have you here with us today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Next up, I have Melissa from Storage Asset Management. Good morning, Melissa.
Hi, Jess. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks. Thanks for having me. I'm Melissa Stiles, the Chief Marketing Officer for Storage Asset Management. We are a third-party self-storage management firm, only third-party management. We don't own any of the facilities, and we're currently just under 600 facilities in 37 states.
It's amazing. You guys are growing exponentially throughout the past few years. We've watched you grow, and I'm happy for you guys. So kudos there to you and your team, and thanks for being here with us. All right. Up next, our final panelist, I have Steve from the Storage Group. And Steve is joining us. He's actually at a conference right now. Steve, tell us all about you.
Hey, thanks, Jessica. Hello, everybody. My name is Steve Lucas. I'm the CEO and managing partner for the Storage Group. We are a digital marketing company within this space. We produce all types of websites, custom type websites, along with digital marketing. We also were pioneers in the online move-in with Click and Store back in 2010, performed the first online move-in on a website. So we're pretty proud of that. And lastly, we have won again, 2 years in a row now, ISS Best of Business marketing firm. So we're pretty excited about that. And just shortly, you see all these racing suits behind me. I'm at the Arkansas Self-Storage Association show here. And it's weather's been hot, beautiful, but nice resort, Oak Lawn Resort. So great to be here.
Awesome.
Thank you.
I have FOMO that I'm not there with you guys, so I hope you're having a good show. All right, let's bring up everyone, and we're going to get this started. And Mark, you've got some introductory type slides to show us about some of this information. So let's dig in.
All right, good. So this is about not just smart automation. Like a big part of why we automate facilities, obviously, is to save money, whether it's increased visibility, whether it is, increased labor productivity. But when we have these facilities, we also can market them and ultimately monetize them. And we're going to talk about a whole range of topics today. We got a nice cloud of all the different topics that are out there. But before we do, we want to go back to, we always, Jessica and I and others always plug this. It's now over a year ago, believe it or not, Jessica, but every 3 years, our SSA, our Self-Storage Association, publishes a amazing demand study. And, we call people's attention to that. So we're going to bring up just a couple of these to set the scene here. As we look at user experiences across generations, I don't think this is surprising, but as we talked in the build-up and the prep on this earlier in the week, right, there's different demographics coming to your facilities. Some of them might be the boomers, right? And, what are they using for user interfaces? 70% might not actually be even doing online. They might be checking, but yes, about 29% of them are going to use online. But as you move to Gen Z, almost half. We're not there yet, but almost actually more than half are using online, right? 58%. So that's to really underscore the different types of demographics that are coming and renting at your facilities. And as a result, as we look across generations, we just pulled an excerpt from the survey. Again, this survey, by the way, over 25,000 tenants and a good mix of consumer versus business tenants. This is an aggregate of that. And what you got is you look at like some of the different features, like on the boomer side, people always kind of like, wow, number one's pest control. Obviously, you know, people don't want to rent in places that have issues, especially in, you know, outdoor facilities. That generally comes out top. But as we move down, you start to see things like humidity control, electronic gate access across all portfolios. Anytime access is big, right? Units with security alarms, you can see that. Electronic gates, air conditioning controlled. So as we go across those generations, the question is, how do we market to them? First of all, what features are we actually pragmatically marketing and offering, right? How much are we offering them for? How do we market them? Like what kind of results? And that's what this panel is going to tackle. So we're going to hit about 5 areas, and we're going to just kind of round robin between us and grapple. Let's just do a quick, kind of a quick thought from each of you, okay, on this. Yeah, Steve, any initial comments as you look at these results?
Not necessarily. I mean, we see that, our stats from Click and Store basically tell us about 70% of rentals are happening through a mobile device or a, some type of mobile device. So we do know that each one of these generations do interact with the internet in different ways. But overall, certainly the online experience is becoming more and more important.
Yep. Heather, any comments on that, or Melissa?
Yeah, it's a big one of, if you put yourself in the shoes of your potential tenants, you want to know what you're willing to pay for, and being able to monetize that for your facility or your business itself.
And Melissa?
Yeah, just to add to both, I think we're seeing, every year over year, an increase of online rentals. And what happens with that is, as you can see with these, everyone wants a safe, secure facility to put their belongings. And so the more that you can highlight that on your website, the better your conversion.
Excellent. Yeah. And like along those lines, right, before we even get into the top sort of 5 features that we're going to focus on, Heather, how important is it from your perspective of staying current with technical advancements? And frankly, what about the risks? You have, by the way, about 10 or so properties, whether owned or under management, whereas Melissa, you're close to 600. So I want to get it from both perspectives. But how important is technology advancements in what you guys are doing, and what do you guys see as the risks if you don't stay in pace?
Right. So it is vitally important, even if you don't use some of the latest technology, at least knowing what's out there and what trends are coming about. They can change the way that you run your business, your facilities. It can improve customer experience, improve your security, improve your day-to-day operations, and making it easier for your staff to be able to focus on what actually matters. The big risk of not being in the know, or at least surrounding yourself with the people who are, is that you could have potentially more break-ins if you don't have proper security cameras, or poor Google reviews. If your customers don't like what's going on, if you don't have something that can help them and boost your customer experience, those Google reviews will drop down your SEO ranking, and it just generally brings things down. So being at least in the know helps out drastically.
Yeah, Melissa, on your end, I mean, you were with the company when it was 10 or so facilities back, and now you're at almost 600. So you've seen the scalability of a practice from small to extremely large. Same question for you.
Yeah, I think it's still, though, it's super important because storage is such a localized business. So you're only drawing, 10 to 12 miles out, probably at max, depending on where you're located. So it's really important that you know what your competitors are offering. Are they offering technology that gives you an edge? So just understanding what is out there, what your local competition is offering is super important, more so than ever. When consumers are searching online, we talked about that a minute ago, they have access to more information, so they can see very easily what the storage facility down the street has compared to you. So making sure that you're either highlighting what you do have or just acknowledging what your competition might have is super important.
Good. And Steve, you obviously work with a broad base of customers on the marketing front and also make technology advancements yourself. So the importance of that from your perspective, and also risks if you don't bring your A game to facilities that you guys market.
Yeah, so technology is definitely something that's a changing game and a game changer at the same time. I think the biggest thing with technology from where we stand is, and I think Melissa brought this up, but looking at the educational part, really understanding what the pros and cons of the technology pieces that you're looking to put in place, and understanding them thoroughly, because obviously, again, if it's not done correctly, you're going to get poor data, but you're also going to get those poor reviews. And so I think from our side, that's one of the things that we try to coach and teach our clients, and really understand what they're trying to do in their business and fit the right pieces in.
Absolutely. All right. Good points, panel. Let's move to our first. Again, we're going to cover 5 areas now, not necessarily from this, but 5 that the panel kind of corralled around, which regarding monetizing. So we're going to do monetizing. We're going to cover features, the value that tenants place on them, and an eye towards monetization. So let's first talk about anytime access. Do you offer it? How do you offer it? Briefly. And if you do monetize it, what do you charge for it? Heather.
So yeah, we offer 24-hour access based upon manager's discretion. It depends on if they're businesses, if maybe it's a nurse who works overnight. Each store is different. Each area that we have our facilities at are vastly different from our New Orleans versus our Cape Coral. But based upon that, we let our managers kind of decide what if they find an actual reason to have 24-hour access, and then we let them decide if we are going to be charging for it, if it's going to be between $20 to $40 an extra a month. It's just dependent.
Okay, Melissa, how about you? Again, from a SAM perspective.
Yeah, it's very similar to Heather. It's manager discretion if they have a use case for wanting after hours access, and that varies again by market, $10 to $20. But what it does allow is a tool to close the sale. So we talked about competition. So if this particular tenant really, really needs it, it's something that the manager can then use to close the sale for that tenant and offer them something that the competition may not be able to.
Yeah, that's a really good point. I like the 2 of those together. It's not only a way of making money, but part of making money is closing the sales too. I like that. Kind of like the Twin Peaks on that. Steve, from your perspective, are you guys actually offering upgrade on checkout or anything like that so people can opt for it? Is there anything that you guys are doing from a